get the sensation today on Walking the Candy Aisle. Merry Christmas, everyone. Welcome to Walking the Candy Aisle. I hope you guys are having a great holiday. If you celebrate Christmas. If not, I hope you're having a great day anyway, because, it's a good time. Good time to enjoy some candy. Don't you think? Of course, it is Christmas 2015 when I'm recording this. You guys might be watching this anytime, but I want to wish you guys a very merry holidays, and thank you for sticking with the channel and continuing to watch as I review every candy I can get my hands on. Today it's York Peppermint Patties. They happen to be dressed up for the holidays, but essentially this is the same York Peppermint Patty that you can get year round. In the seasonal holiday bag of York Peppermint Patties, they sell them as the minis, and it's like a bag full of, like, I don't know, 20 of these or something like that, and they come in a red, a silver, and another green package, which I don't know why I don't have with me here, but I don't. It's the same York Peppermint Patty inside, though. So this is a great time to review it, though, because who doesn't like a nice peppermint at holidays? At Christmas time, it seems very appropriate. Your Christmas tree is full of candy canes. I hope, if you have a Christmas tree. I always put candy canes on my Christmas tree. And having an extra peppermint here and there is always a good idea, I think. So here's your York Peppermint Patty. Of course, this is a mini. Normally they come in like a larger size, but this is what we got. It is dark chocolate enrobing a peppermint center. York Peppermint Patties were invented in 1940 in York, Pennsylvania, by the York Cone Company, and in 72, so they were just in the area there. In 72, the York Cone Company was bought by Peter Paul, and they were launched nationally in 75, and they were a hit. In 78, Peter Paul was merged with Cadbury, but the York brand wasn't part of that deal, so York actually got sold off to Hershey's. So Hershey's owns York and continues to make them to this day, and they are an extremely successful product. I might dare say that they are the most successful peppermint product on the market, although I guess yesterday I actually just put up a review of the Andes Creme de Menthe, so you could, I guess, say that that's kind of a mint. Is that really a peppermint? I guess it is. Anyway, it's debatable, but I think they very well could be. They're certainly in the running for the most popular. And they are quite good. Now, I had forgotten, I haven't had one of York Peppermint Patty in quite a while. For some reason, I thought that they were had like a gooey center, and I think that maybe they've made variations of the York Patty that do have a gooey, sort of a gooey cream center. But then again, maybe I'm thinking closer along the lines of like the way an After Eight mint has that gooey peppermint center to it, right? That gooey mintiness to it. York Peppermint Patties, of course, they have a firmness to them. And I was reading on the Wikipedia page that actually when they were originally designing them, or maybe it was when they were designing them for the national release, they really had a struggle with deciding how firm it should be. And ultimately they decided that as a firmness test, they wanted it to be able to, snap cleanly in half, which it more or less did there. So I just do that to sort of illustrate what the inside looks like. But it is the whole sort of part of the point of the design here is that you're contrasting the bitter dark chocolate with the extremely sugary, extremely strong peppermint flavors on the inside. Great looking product, isn't it? Really smells amazing, super minty. And let's give it a try. Now, despite the way that it's supposed to snap, oh man, it's good, but it's strong. If it weren't so sweet, this peppermint might just be too strong for me. And I will say this honestly, if you have if you're trying to eat like more than one regular sized peppermint patty, or if you have these small ones and you're like, oh, I can eat like 4 of them. No, you probably can't, because the peppermint is really strong in this, and I find it gets to me after a while, right? By the time I finish a peppermint patty, I don't want any more peppermint patty usually. But, man, oh, what I was saying, sorry, is that despite what they're sort of try and get with that firmness here, and it is pretty firm, the interior, it still has a kind of a very soft quality to the texture, and it really is more like a cream, like a stiff sort of a cookie cream, maybe even. Like that's kind of the consistency level, not exactly the texture, but that's kind of the way it is. It's like that, like a cookie frosting that like, you know, the center of an Oreo, say, about that kind of firmness. So it's not like biting through a piece of chocolate or something. It's still got a real give to it. But that also makes it kind of creamy, which is really nice too. I know that the chocolate sort of cuts or contrasts the peppermint flavoring, but I've always found that the chocolate is more of an accent. The main flavor here is peppermint. That's really what you're getting out of it, and it is intense. And that "get the sensation" was a tagline that they used in their marketing campaign for years and years. You know, when I eat a York Peppermint Pattie, I get the sensation that I'm racing down a ski hill at top speed, about to make the jump of my life to win the gold medal at the Olympics. That's kind of like their marketing campaign, right? I think that actually was more or less an ad from when I was a kid. You know, York Peppermint Patties, sort of the peppermint transports you to that winter wonderland that sort of takes you away. It's a very it's a fantasy, right? That's kind of nice. And I'll say that that's how I've always treated Yorks, in the terms of like it's that sort of fantastical special treat. And while I know these are dressed up for the holidays, technically this isn't a holiday product. I only eat them on special occasions. I really only do. I couldn't see myself eating this as an everyday kind of a candy, everyday kind of a chocolate. I don't know, maybe you guys are different than me, but for my money, these are such a distinct, special kind of a flavor, especially with the peppermint being so associated, in my mind at least, with the holidays. I think they fit perfectly into any kind of like seasonal food plans. And I know that there are people out there, especially look around on YouTube, and you'll see people who have done lots of baking and different kinds of cooking with York patties. In fact, Hershey's has put out different SKUs of the York patties. I think they've even put out SKUs of York of this candy that are designed for cooking with. So there's a lot of opportunity that I think that you could really use this in interesting ways. But it's perfect for a holiday treat. So I thought it was a great one to review on today of all days. Anyway, I really love York Peppermint Patties. I think that they're strong, and that, like I said, you gotta asterisk it with it's not an everyday kind of candy, and I wouldn't want to eat too much of it at a time. But with those, you know, restrictions, not really restrictions, with those, with that understanding, I guess, going into it, it's fantastic. It's really good. It's really unique. It's got a great, smooth, very strong flavor. You got to be ready for it, but it pays off in spades. So I heartily recommend York Peppermint Patties. Walking the Candy Aisle is going to rate the York Peppermint Pattie a 5 out of 5. Really recommend it. Go get some York patties. They're wonderful. Most of the year, they're just in this silver wrapper and like sort of this big. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Like I said, I really appreciate you guys sticking with the channel and always sending me suggestions for things you'd like to see reviewed. Please click the links that you see on the screen if you'd like to see more. Don't forget to subscribe. And once again, I hope you guys have a fantastic holidays. I'll talk to you next time. All right, so long, guys. Bye-bye.